All right, hey guys. So sorry that I was not able to do that check-in yesterday. That was definitely unforeseen day. Some complications with heading over to urgent care since my daughter totally, poor thing, she just split her whole top lip really good. 3 stitches later, and she's gonna be fine and has hopefully learned her lesson about jumping on the couch with the coffee table nearby. So we're moving the coffee table. So hopefully this is not going to be an issue ever again. So I hope you all had a lovely day. I know some of you guys are kind of catching up on this, and that is totally okay because I know how the challenges go. I've done, tons of challenges myself, in other people's groups, and it's always like I'll either start off so great, and then it just kind of peters out, or, life happens. So that's why I really did design this one with kind of the idea that you can catch up on it at any point throughout the challenge. Either way, you're going to have like these posts will still be in the group that you can refer back to. I'll tag them with like a little hashtag exercise and meal planning challenge or something. So you'll be able to find those later if you need. And yeah, the big idea here is that really by the end of this, you are coming away with a well-rounded movement routine. It's obviously not like personalized to you, which is kind of what I like to specialize in really is creating personalized routines for people, but it will work. It'll get you started. That's the whole point, is this is a good kickstart that gives you a good well-rounded movement routine, as well as gets you those basic skills so you can start meal planning and really making that work for you. So I'm hoping that you're able to kind of take what I'm teaching you. I hope it's simple enough that you can start incorporating it in. If you have issues though, if it seems too complicated, definitely let me know how that's going and I can help you simplify. Because I don't want this. I feel like a lot of us have had like almost traumatic experiences with trying to meal plan or meal prep especially. So let me know. I don't want this to be yet another traumatic experience that makes you think that you just can't meal plan. Because there's always that ability to just scale it back to the point where it will fit into your life, especially if you've recognized it as something that you feel like would really help you, but you're just not really sure how to do it. So let me know if you're having any issues with that. I wanted to go over, since we missed yesterday, I'm going to still try to keep this pretty short since I know we all have busy lives. So I would just want this to be as actionable as possible. And we're going to start talking about next steps today too, and I'll go over those a little more tomorrow as well. But let me know how it's all going for you guys. So let's just recap on day 3, which would have been yesterday, unless you're getting started a little late, but that's okay. So day 3, the exercise component is cardio. And I know a lot of people kind of like have that cringe or like, oh no, I don't do cardio. So we're really reframing what cardio is, and really the purpose for cardio, like the true like scientific purpose, the whole role that it plays within a workout regimen is, so cardio is for your heart, right? It's a way of helping you improve the health of your heart as well as like your circulation too. So if you have bad circulation, cardio is going to be like your best friend. But the thing is too, so your heart is directly affected by the stress in your life. That's why you see people who are chronically super stressed and chronically live unhealthy lifestyles, which is another form of stress. They are going to have a higher heart rate. They're going to have a higher blood pressure, and then that puts them at increased risk for heart attacks, heart disease, stroke, that kind of thing. So the idea behind cardio is not to get your heart pumping necessarily. I know a lot of people think that cardio has to be like elevating your heart rate and keeping it really high, so you're going to be like unable to breathe, you're going to feel stressed out, and that's not actually what cardio is supposed to be about, especially if you're thinking from the terms of cardio is actually helping you manage the stress in your life, both physical as well as mental and emotional, because all stressors affect the health of your heart negatively. And so cardio truly is just supposed to be there to help your heart better deal with those stressors and to ultimately decrease those stressors. So the approach that I take for cardio is very, very based in breathing and stress relief. So if you've hated cardio in the past because it's been too intense, rest assured that that gut feeling that you have that it's not enjoyable and it's not right, you're right on that. It's not right for you because you're not actually decreasing your stress or helping your heart at all if you're feeling that way. So cardio, it all comes back to the breath. And this is kind of what I coach my clients on too in my 12-week program. We really go in depth on this one, on making cardio as enjoyable as possible. And that also in turn makes it as effective as possible. So it all comes down to your breath. And I touched on this in the email. And I'm sorry I didn't get to do this video yesterday because it would have been helpful. But here it is now. So it comes down to your breath. You want to be able to breathe, fully inhale, fully exhale. And you want to be able to do that the whole time you're doing your cardio. So in the email, I recommended just starting with 10 minutes. Obviously, you can do more if you want, but especially if you're really new to cardio, especially having this approach to it where you're trying to focus on breathing the whole time, 10 minutes is kind of the max, especially for the first few times you try it, because after that, like your brain kind of starts to get jumbled. You're like, I'm trying to breathe, I'm trying to walk, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to concentrate on that, and I'm also trying to not, trip and fall on my face. Or maybe that's just me, but let me know. So take 10 minutes, go for a walk. Definitely start with walking if you have struggled with breathing in the past. Don't just dive right into jogging or running, or even like if you're able to like ride a bike and it's, kind of gentle and enjoyable, great. But you don't want to try cardio that's going to be really intense and make it hard to breathe, because the first time you do this, you're focusing on breathing, okay? So you're basically spending about 10 minutes just walking at whatever pace feels good, where you can fully inhale and fully exhale the whole time. And ideally, you're kind of getting into the rhythm of it, right? But that's when I go into that a little bit more in that 12-week program. So that's all you're doing for cardio. Make it enjoyable. And the beautiful thing about this is, so when you're breathing, you are decreasing your stress, because that breath, that oxygen really helps your body. It helps your brain, helps you cope with stress, but it also helps you heal because you're getting all of those good nutrients in as you breathe. And the rhythmic aspect of it, that full breathing in and out over and over and over for 10 minutes, not hyperventilating, by the way, but just gentle, that helps you regulate your stress so well. And that the whole process of using movement to really regulate stress, I go into that a lot more too in that 12-week program. But this is a great way to start. This is truly the way I start all of my clients. So try this out. Let me know how that goes. And then I said in the email too, it seems like not a whole lot of physical activity to just spend 10 minutes walking. So you can absolutely add on to that. I love doing the morning movement routine just to kind of get the blood flowing in the morning. And then I also love using the sitting break workout as a warm-up before going for a walk. You could do it right before, or you could do it, break it up throughout the day. Totally your choice. Make it work for you. But if you were able to do all three, if you do that morning movement routine plus the sitting break workout plus the cardio, that is a great day of exercise. You're looking at about a full 30 minutes. And that's really where you want to be most days, is getting 30 minutes of movement in, whether it's broken up throughout the day or however it works for you. So let me know how that goes. If you've already done day 3, let me know how it was. So for day 4, I'm giving you a recovery day routine, and it's yoga based. So if you don't like yoga, I would still encourage you to try it out. You could even just kind of skim through the video and see if it's something that you might enjoy. It's not doing crazy stuff, other than there's some balance work, because balance gets skipped a lot, and that's a very functional form of exercise that's going to help you, especially as you get older. It really helps you prevent any falls that can be debilitating. And it's just good to work on balance, because that's actually your brain communicating with your limbs and being able to control your body, which is a very, very important skill that I think kind of gets passed over these days. So I would give that workout a try. If you want, you could just do some stretching and some movement. I don't like, especially if you did all 3 of those workouts yesterday and day 3, I don't like just taking a day totally off after doing a higher level of, or like a higher amount of exercise. I really like to kind of like ease off of it. So tomorrow, actually, we're going to be doing a very gentle evening routine to help you kind of fully recover. So we'll talk about that later. But so for today, I would try to take, it's a 20-minute yoga video that's very gentle. It's going to help you loosen up any spots that are tight, but it's also going to give you a little bit of work that's in a way that we often miss, like the balance work and the coordination. So let me know how that goes. I hope you enjoy that video. It's one I use actually in the 5K program that we did last year, which keep an eye out, because I think we're going to be doing that one again this year. We're going to revamp that one and do that. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that too, if I ran that program again. So let's catch up on meal planning really quick. So meal planning yesterday ideally was grocery shopping day and deciding if you're going to do any prepping. You could actually have done some prepping yesterday, or maybe you're still playing catch up and you're getting that meal plan done. It's all good. I had planned to do my meal plan yesterday. That did not happen. So I'm going to be playing catch up today as well. If you've done your meal plan and want to share it, definitely post it in the group. I think we could all use a little inspiration as we're doing this. So I shared my recipe list. It's one that I kind of come back to every single month when I'm doing my plan. I'm like, all right, which ones of these do I want to do? And which ones, maybe do we skip over this month and we'll supplement with something new? So let me know what recipes you're coming up with. So for prepping, now, well, let's talk groceries. So maybe hopefully you've got your whole grocery list and you were able to get your groceries. Totally up to you. If you want to do like grocery shopping all in one go, or if you do it like a few times a week, or maybe even do it daily, this is a great chance to go ahead and just get it all split up so that those lists are ready to go. If you have a single list that you're going to get everything, or if you're going to split it up through different days, that way like your produce doesn't go bad or anything. Generally, the rule of thumb is you don't want stuff to sit for longer than 4 days. Before you use it. So if you buy stuff and you're not going to be using it until day 5 or 6, or maybe even beyond, I would definitely go ahead and get it prepped and chuck it in the freezer, or just, bag it up and throw it in the freezer as is, but that way it won't go bad. So there's that. The other question is, so decide how much meal planning and meal prepping you want to do. If you work, maybe it's a little easier for you to go ahead and have a big breakfast, like a breakfast casserole or something. I do a lot of breakfast hashes because I don't do a ton of eggs, but I love having my like some kind of breakfast meat, whether it's just like ground beef or ground turkey or a sausage or bacon or whatever. But I'll do the hash where it's got like my favorite is sweet potatoes and apples and kale, and then whatever meat, and I season it all up however I'm feeling. Usually it's just with like an Italian blend and a little salt. Everything's chopped up, it all goes in the skillet, and I cook it all up, and usually with that, it's enough to last me for about 4 days. So I only have to cook breakfast about 2 times a week, which is really, really nice. So I will usually do that on like either Sunday or Monday, get my whole breakfast done, and then it's done for the next 4 days, which is so nice. you can do the same thing with lunches too. Whether you work outside the home or whether you're in the home, I find our days are always busy, even though we're at home all day. So it's really nice for me to go ahead and cook up it's basically a dinner, honestly. So I'll cook up a meal, and then that's my lunch for the next like 4 or 5 days, depending on how much I make. So it's already done, it's ready, I pop it in the microwave. It's nice and easy. And then one that, so I don't personally do this yet. I'm not good at this. I make sure to just schedule time where I know by like 4 or 4:30, I'm going to be in the kitchen just getting dinner ready so that we can eat by 5:30 or so. What I would love to work on this year is kind of having stuff prepped in advance. That way, when I actually go to cook, I can just throw it all together in like half an hour or so. That's kind of my goal right now, is to work on that. So if you're already doing that, huge props to you. Let me know if you have any tips. If you need, I can post a link for, it's a company called Prep Dish, and they give you a meal plan. They do all the meal planning for you, and it's all a nutritionist created meal plan, which is nice. And she gives you the grocery list, and then she gives you instructions on how to go ahead and get everything prepped. You do like a single prep session, say on the weekend, that takes a couple of hours. And then everything is prepped and ready to go. And then when you actually go to make your dinners, it takes way less time, like depending on the meal, like half an hour or so. So that's kind of the process that I'm trying to integrate into our lives. But even if I were to do Prep Dish, I still have to supplement a bit because she only gives you like 1 breakfast, 1 lunch, and then 4 dinners. 4 dinners is usually enough for my family, but we usually need more than that for lunches and breakfasts. So, but it's an amazing, it's like the process is really good. And if you want, I can give you the link so you can get 2 weeks free, just so you can start learning the actual process that you use if you're really wanting to get better at the prepping process, because I'm probably going to go ahead and do that and just do another 2 weeks free so I can get more practice in. All right, so that is that on what day 3 was about, kind of just deciding what exactly are you going to need to do so that you're kind of taking some of the stress off yourself with cooking, because otherwise you just spend so much time in the kitchen if you're not careful and if you don't plan, right? So for meal planning on day 4, again, if you're still catching up, that's totally fine. Go ahead. The biggest thing I would love you to come out of this Kickstart with is just like a solid meal plan for the next week or so, with also the know-how to go ahead and make your next meal plan, like starting next week. Definitely, I feel like once you have done like say 4 weeks worth of meal plans, like you will have this process down and you will probably be confident enough to go ahead and just do a full 1 month meal plan. It seriously does not take that much more time than doing a 1 week meal plan. So I definitely encourage you to give that a try here in the next few weeks, because it's amazing. It's just so nice to like use. I think it takes me about half an hour and once a month to sit down and figure out these are the meals we're going to be cooking, and then I'm done. I don't have to think about it. It's amazing. So I highly recommend it. So for meal planning today, if you've already got your meal plan, if you've already got your groceries, today is all about implementing. So whether you need to go ahead and cook that breakfast, cook that lunch, whatever you want, I definitely recommend at least sitting down each morning to decide what you're going to be cooking for dinner. That way you can look over whatever you are cooking for dinner and you know how much time it's going to take. You know if there's any prep work that needs to be done, so you can go ahead and just plug that into your schedule for the day of like, I know that I need to be done with everything by say 4 o'clock so I can be in the kitchen and starting on dinner so we can eat by whatever time you want to eat by. And that's all you got to do today. Today is all about implementing. I wanted you guys to have your meal plans done by day like 2 or 3. That way you have these other 2 days to really start implementing. Of course, we're in the group all the time. I check in with you guys every single week. So as you are working on this and bringing this into your life as a habit, anytime I'm in the group checking in, feel free to hit me with any questions, or if you run into anything, whether you've got tips to share or you've got a struggle we haven't really covered in this Kickstart, let me know, and I'm happy to address that and see if we can troubleshoot that. So that's it for day 4. Let me know how it goes for today. And then we're going to start talking about kind of what happens moving forward. Because like I said, the big goal of this challenge is to leave you with a well-rounded workout program. So we've already covered kind of a morning movement routine that you can do. We've covered a strength-based workout for that sitting break workout. That's when you can easily turn that into like a 3-set workout too. We've covered cardio now, and then we've covered the recovery day workout, which is very yoga based. So you're really focusing on that mobility and the balance and the coordination. And then tomorrow we're going to be going over an evening movement routine, which is all about just stretching and relaxing, because that gets missed all the time. Everyone's so focused on the intense workouts that they forget that the gentle ones have a huge value as well. So I'm going to be getting that one out to you guys, so you will have a nice well-rounded workout plan, and that will get you started for sure. I know a lot of you guys have far bigger goals than that this year. So that's where I wanted to just let you know that I do have that 12-week program. I've kind of talked about it a little bit before. So if you are really needing some extra help, like this has been a good kickstart for you, and then you want something that's a little more personalized moving forward so that you can actually reach your weight loss goals, so you can decrease that stress in your life, so that you can boost your energy, so you're really coming into your life and your health and your fitness in the way that you want. So there is that 12-week program that I created to make that happen. So the biggest things that it's going to build on this one, on this Kickstart, right? So the Kickstart, I think, is really designed to help you get the movement pillar and the nourishment pillar started for you. I have noticed people tend to get the best, longest lasting results and the most healthy lifestyle when they get all 4 pillars in place, which are going to be that movement, the nourishment, plus the rest and the stress management. And so the 12-week program is going to really help you build on those pillars so that you can get a truly long-term and customized health and fitness strategy, so that you can actually achieve your ideal weight, so that you can do that without burning yourself out or overdoing it or getting injured. And then you have a very beautiful, well-rounded, and gentle approach that will fit neatly into your life while getting you all the results that you want. So the biggest thing about that program that I think I was most excited about creating, because after working with my clients and talking with a lot of you guys kind of about the issues that you've had with programs in the past, was that you couldn't always keep up with those time-based programs where, like, this week we're doing these workouts, this next week we're doing this, you're following this meal plan the whole way through. And those can be very overwhelming, not only from the perspective of they're just very intense, but they're also really hard when life does happen. They're really hard to continue to follow, and you generally kind of fall off the wagon with them, and then you can't get back on. You feel like you have to go back to the beginning because they're so intense that you can't just pick up wherever you left off. Like, you really do have to build that foundation to be able to progress in them. And that doesn't fit with life for many people. So even though, like I say, this is a 12-week program, it is designed much like this Kickstart so that it will fit into your life, and we can simplify it to wherever you need it to be so that you can do the whole program. And so it's very, very flexible. So it's very focused on just habit building. Each habit builds on itself. So even if life happens and you kind of fall off, it's very easy to just pick up where you left off and keep going. Plus, of course, it's with me and with a group. So you have the group support, and then you have the one-on-one support with me. So if you're like, this just happened and I don't know what to do, I can say, all right, this is where we're going to pick up, and I can keep you moving forward, even if life happens, even if you get unmotivated. You never know. So that's why I love creating this program. I love running this program for you guys. So we've already got one person in there who's already starting to get awesome results, which is super exciting. So it's like we're starting week 3 this week. So this is when you can pop in whenever you're ready, right? But yeah, we're starting week 3, and so far we've already we're boosting energy, and we are decreasing stress, and he's already being able to make the changes that are best for him, which is super exciting, because there's a level where you want someone to tell you what to do, but then at the same time, if you want to be able to continue it for your whole life, you can't have me just telling you what to do for the whole rest of your life. So there's definitely a level of needing to learn how to make the right decisions for yourself, which is so, so important. So if you are loving this Kickstart and you know that you are going to need some more help moving forward because you have a bigger weight loss goal, or because you are struggling with your energy and you're feeling overwhelmed with life and you're not sure how to fit it all in, let me know, and we can just get on a call and talk about where you are at and how I can support you. It's no pressure at all. I want to just be able to talk with you and see where you are at and how I can support you, whether it's through the 12-week program or in any other capacity. I definitely just would love to talk with you and find out how I can support you better so that you can actually reach your goals this year without feeling all that stress and overwhelm and the frustration and the guilt. And I know all the things that come with when you can't reach the goals that you've set for yourself, because you truly can reach those goals even with life happening, even when weird stuff happens that you don't see coming. You absolutely can reach those goals. And sometimes you just need a little extra support to make that happen. So I'm going to put a link in here so that you can schedule a call if you would like. I've opened up my schedule this week so I can take those calls and we can talk about how I can support you in reaching your weight loss goals or just achieving your ideal weight goals, as well as boosting your energy and decreasing your stress this year. So let me know how I can support you. Let's get on a call. I will talk with you. We'll figure out how we can support you this year. So let me know how that all goes, and just let me know how today goes too with the Kickstart. So that's it for now. I will talk to you all soon. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.